Hello everyone, it's Jill here and welcome to my craft. Today I'm going to have a little bit of a play with some of my gel press and see if we can make some backgrounds. I've got the 5x7 and I've also got a 4-inch round one. I'm just going to take these off their plastics, and I'm going to put mine on something just to hold it, because I'm terribly bad at just letting it slide around everywhere. So there we go, let's put that onto there, and I'm just using a old plate that I have from my Cuttlebug just to anchor it down a bit. I have some lovely big and juicy ink pads which I thought I would try today, and these I do believe are no longer stocked anywhere. They're sort of an out of print or something like that, out of production now, but I have plenty of them, so I want to use what I've got. So let's go with the green here, and also I've got my speedball brayer. I'm just going to load that up. We should get plenty of ink on there. And these are nice, these big and juices, because you've got a nice range of colours in them. So let's just go from there. See what we can come up with, and load up again. And let's go with a little bit down there. So that should give us some beautiful tones of green and blue. Right, let's put that to one side. Now then, I've also got some brushos that I've mixed up with some water. So let's have a look. I've got some emerald green. Let's see what we can do with that for the moment. Let's load that up. Just shake off the excess. Don't want great big enormous drops. Just give a tiny little bit of, oops, I think my drops are a bit big, but there we go. We'll see what we come up with. That's that one. And I think probably some water, clear water. Let's put a few little drops on the top here. Like so. Right, the card that I've got an assortment of cards here. I've got some watercolour, I've got some multifarious, which is the Lavinia card, and I've also got some plain, really cheap 160 GSM cards. So I'm going to see what results we can get with all of them. So let's start with the multifarious. Put that down. Just let that take up the ink for the minute. Just a slight rub over. Pull. See what we've got. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. So just put that to one side to dry off. And let's come back in again with the same colour. And go up. Just blend that in a bit, make sure I haven't got any stripy lines. I've got a few stripy lines on the other one. Right, let's pop that over there and see what we can do with this one. Now this one, I've actually got a mini mister spray. Just got some water in it at the moment. Just see what we can get with that. I've come right out of shot here, sorry, I'm just giving it a light go over with the mist. Maybe a little tiny bit of turquoise of the brushos. the smaller brush, this one. Let's just see if we get some smaller droplets from it. And let's have a go with the multifarious card again. Let's turn that over. So sometimes it's nice just to sit and play, make backgrounds, and then you can put them into your kit and play with them later. Oh, lovely, that's come out really nice as well. I love playing with this, you just never know what results you're going to get. Right, I'm going to come in with the 160 card and just use the ink that I've already got on the brayer. Just blend it all in. Put it over there. And perhaps come back in with a little bit more of the turquoise. And a little bit more of the leaf green, I think, this time. And I'm going to use the 160, really cheap little 160 GSM card. So I said, use what you have, don't go out and buy cardstock that's extortionately expensive, especially if you're just playing around. If you don't like the results, well, you don't have to use them. See, that's quite great as well. Not such a deep colour, but then I was only using what was left on my roller for that one. But yay, that's got a great use to it as well. Right, just clean the brushes off. And I'm just going to clean the roller a moment. So I'm just going to come in with a different colourway with one of the Big and Juices. I've got some others here. That one that I just used was called Waterfall. Let's do that. Just clean that brush roller off like so. Get rid of the excess. This is another nice one. This is called Spice. Beautiful tones of greens and oranges in this one. There we go. Let's make sure I get a good mixture of colour. There we go. Now what I might do with this one is just turn it round so that I can keep that orange all together. This is why I try and keep mine on a plate, because I do tend to sort of move it around quite a lot. A bit easier to control it. And let's just come back in with some, I've got some brilliant red brushos here. Take some of that off. Tiny little drops. And maybe a little mist of water, I think, on this one. I'm just coming out of shot to spray that. I don't want to spray it too close because the droplets are too big if you do that. And let's come in with some watercolour cardstock. This is just, I don't know which make it is. I've just tried to use one that's not too bumpy, if you like. Obviously I want to stamp on it later. Just pop that down. Oh, that's totally different. Really nice. taking that water quite well. Right, let's do another one of the same colourway. Start with the green end. Let's turn that back round. Lovely. Swing that way. There we go. Let's clean that off. I'll try another colour in a moment. A bit more of the water spray. I use quite a lot of water spray this time. And let's pop some, what colour should we pop into there? Maybe some emerald green. Just going to take the really big drops off again. And I'm coming back to the watercolour again, watercolour paper. Let's try that one. Obviously you need the wetter your plate, the wetter your gel press there, you probably need a card that will soak up the water better than a cheaper one, cheaper smooth card. Well, there we go. Different, I suppose. Let's turn that round. Let that drip down, perhaps. Let that run. Make a nice little forest scene, that one. But as you can see, where it's got a lot of water on it, it's wicked quite a lot around the edge. I mean, that's quite nice. We can just cut it out and use it for an image somehow. Right, let's just clear this off. That's it. Use that one. My gel press, I'm just sorry everyone. I'm just giving that a wipe over with a bit of kitchen roll. Put that down again. Taking the brushes, I'm going to go in to use some Distress Oxides now. Use that. Let's give the roller a bit of a clean up. There we are. Right, time to play with oxides. So what colour should we use here? I've got some evergreen bough, some cracked pistachio, and let's go with a bit of frayed burlap. So I think I'll start with the cracked pistachio. Put that there. Evergreen bough. And a little bit of the frayed burlap on the edge. Right, I'm going to come in this time with the multifarious card. Just pop that down there. Obviously with the oxides, we can dry those off with a heat gun, and we can come back in with another colourway in a minute. That's what they're designed to do. You layer up. So there we go. So that's quite different. It's quite plain at the moment. Let's just put a bit of water on here. Give my card a little blast of heat gun. Just to dry that. And there we go. Let's keep it sort of the same colourways. Just pick up a bit of colour here. So that hasn't really done an awful lot, that, but something. It's done a little bit of something. Dry that off again. My brayer off. I think I'm going to try a bit of carved pumpkin on that. Trying that. Let's just take that off the plate. It's quite a light coating in certain areas, a bit heavier in others. And let's see what happens now then. That's the good thing with oxides, you can just keep going and layering up. If you don't like what you've got, just put something else down and try again. That's better. Let me give that a bit of a mist of my little mister. Let's give it a bit of a dab. Putting that water on, it's just giving it a bit more life. Try it again. A bit more orange. I might just give this a tiny little bit of leaf green on the brushes, just to add a bit more interest to what's going on there. Right, where's my card gone? There it is. Let's come in there. Yep, lovely. Let's try a bit more of that, I think. Just on the plate on its own. Great, it's better. So that's quite nice. That make quite a nice autumnal scene. Very nice. Right, let's just clean my plate off again. In fact, what I may do is get some of my 160 card. Just see what we can get with that. just to clean the plate off. Maybe nothing, it may wick, it may do weird things, but there we go, that's what we're doing, we're experimenting. There we go, that's great. We can do other things to that later if I feel I need to. There we go, let's put that to one side, but it has cleaned the plate off. Right, a bit more off of there. Let's pop all my lids on. Don't like to leave them to dry out. And let's see if we can do another colourway with that. Clean the roller. Okay, that's that done then. So what have we got here now then? We've got Mermaid Lagoon, Wilted Violets, Blueprint Sketch, maybe just a bit of Twisted Citron just to add a bit of a punch. Right, let's go with Mermaid Lagoon. And see if I can layer it up in stripes here with the Blueprint Sketch. Bit more Mermaid Lagoon, I think, on the other side. Start with that, and I'm coming in with some multifarious card again. Let's pop that on there. I'm just using up all my scraps that I have. Yeah, it's not too bad, I suppose. Let's just pick up a bit more from here. There we go. Right, so we'll put a bit more ink down. Again, going with the Mermaid Lagoon and the Blueprint Sketch. A little spray of water. And let's have some, what have I got here? Some turquoise brushos. So let me just pick that up. This multifarious card does take quite a lot of water. That's nice, that's given it a lovely depth there. So we'll grab a little bit more off this side of the plate. Lovely. And these little pieces you can either use whole, cut them down, die cut them, whatever. You don't always have to use everything in a whole piece. Let's see if there's any more we can pick up. More water. Hasn't really done an awful lot, but there we go. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Playing. What I may do now is try and put a bit of Wilted Violet on there, I think. Just take most of that off. And again, I think I might be out of water. Oh no, a little bit there. Let's go with that. Yeah, lovely. Really nice. Right, let's put that to one side to dry off. And might have a little go with the little 4x4 round plate now. Let's just pop these to one side and come back to those later. So there we go, let's play with that. Leave that for the moment. I'm going to come in with, let me have a look, another one of my Big and Juices this time. Got a hydrangea colourway, which is lovely pinks and blues and greens. So if I just take from the middle here, from the end there. Sorry, all the rustling. I get my pieces of cardstock in. And let's go with some turquoise on the brushes. I've run out of my mini mister, so I'm just going to use a bit of water on the top here. And this card that I'm using now is the Multifarious. So pop that down like that. Don't want to push too hard here because I don't want it to wick around the edges too much because it's quite wet, this one. And if I can, I wanted to try and use the whole piece of card for whatever I stamp onto it this time. Oh, brilliant. That is lovely. It looks like the world. Just missed a bit here, but whenever I stamp or whatever, that will be absolutely fine. That's quite nice. I like that one. Let's put that to one side. Let's come back in again. And this time I'm going to try some of the watercolour cardstock. Let's go with a little bit of water. And a little bit of the turquoise. Let's go again. Just leave that to absorb all the colour in the water. So use whatever inks you have. Obviously a lot of these are water based. I'm using dye inks, apart from the oxides, which obviously have got that different combo of ink in them. That's lovely. It's come out a lot lighter, but that's really nice. I'll do something with that definitely. And I've just missed that edge bit again. I wonder why I've done that. Ugh. Let's see if we can take it up like this. That's okay, because I'll cut that out. Right. Clean the ink pad off again. If you've got any other dye inks, you can use those. Just play. Really can't stress that enough. Just play. As I said, if you don't like what you've got, just don't use it. This one's called Mountain Meadow. These are just ink pads I've had for a long time. Don't use enough. And it's quite nice just to give them an outing really. And they're absolutely ideal for the jelly plate. Let's go with that. Right, my little brush of Brushos. And I'm going to go with the Brilliant Red, this one. Bit of water. And I'm coming in with multifarious. Make sure I try and get a decent image this time. I keep missing a piece off the edge. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. It's great for a little nighttime scene or something. So there we are. Just get your stuff out, have a play, see what you can come up with. Just give this one more last go of what I've got on my brayer here. A bit more of the red. A lot more of the red. Let's go with that. And then I'm using the 160 here. A really cheap little card. Lovely. Absolutely wonderful. So that's it, folks. Have fun. As I said, play with what you have. Let's just see if I can give you a little shot here of all of the ones that we've done. And yeah, keep crafting. Have fun. Thanks for watching. Go and play now then. Bye.